Okay, today we're going to be working on our nut and bolt. We should be able to knock out the bolt and the nut in one sitting. So we're going to start simply by sketching in the top plane. Go ahead, change our view, and we just need to make a cylinder. So that is going to be a circle. For class, we were using 30 millimeters. And we'll go ahead and hit extrude. We used 100 in one class. That seems to work well. We can see we have our cylinder. We're just going to go ahead and sketch on top of it. We'll use our inscribed polygon. Click right back on the origin. Bring our polygon out. Make sure it's six-sided. And hit 5, 0. Okay. And we'll go right to extrude. Change that to 20. And we have the start of our bolt. Okay. Now we need to add a path for our sweep. So we're going to select the helix over here. We'll click this helix and we'll select our cylinder. We need to go ahead and change this from turns to pitch so we can control the rate this rises. And we want this to be 5 millimeters. Okay, we can go ahead and hide our part so we have a little bit better view to draw our triangle. We're going to sketch in the front plane. I'm going to zoom in nice and close. I'm going to use my inscribed polygon again. I'm going to click out in the open space. I'm going to drag my mouse to the left, and then I'll come back in to make it a triangle. Okay, going to the left allows this to be vertical. We still want to vertically constrain it. Okay, so we're going to click vertical and just force it to be vertically constrained. Then we need to dimension this, and we're going to use 4 millimeters. This will give us enough space for our screw to wrap around it, our bolt. So, oops, 40. Okay, and then we're going to use a coincident to tie this point to our helix. Okay, once we have this, we are set up for our sweep. We're going to go ahead and bring our part back in. We're going to hit check mark and we'll select sweep. It's asking for a sketch. This is our sketch. Angry red box. It's asking for a path. Our helix is our path. And you can see we have a nice sweep going up this. Now, we're going to clean up this right here. So I'm just going to sketch in the front plane. I can use whatever rectangle I want, and I just want to make sure I cut off this bottom part. Okay, we'll go ahead and click extrude. Change it to remove. And if we're looking at it like this, it's only taking off half of it. So we're going to go ahead and click symmetric. And then we'll grab our arrow to make sure it goes all the way through. And our bolt is complete. Okay, moving over to the nut. We're going to sketch in our top plane again. Change our view. We're going to start with our inscribed polygon. Again, bringing it out, clicking 6 sides, forcing it to be 50. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and put a circle right in the middle of it. And we're going to make this 30.5. This will give us a little bit of wiggle room as we try to thread this on our bolt. Okay, now when we extrude, we're only going to extrude the outside, and we want to make this 20. Actually, we're going to leave it at 25. We'll actually make it 30, and that'll be for something we do later. Okay, so the process is exactly the same. We're going to grab a helix. This time we're going to click it on the inside of our cylinder. I'm going to change it from turns to pitch. Make it 5 millimeters. Click check. Hide my part. Sketch in the front plane. There we go. And again, I just need to inscribe polygon, drag it to the left, click, bring it back, vertically constrain it, dimension it front to back. 4 millimeters, and use a coincident. Okay, and we are set up for our sweep. So we'll go ahead and bring our part back into view. Set up our sweep. We'll go ahead and select our sketch. Cannot see our helix, so we need to move our view. We got an angry red box. We'll click that, and then we need to change this to remove. Okay, and you can see we have this little corner right here, and that would actually stop it from being able to screw on. So what we'll do is we will just sketch on this face right here a 5mm square that covers everything, and a 5mm square down here, so we can trim that off. So I'm going to use a center point rectangle. I can find this point right here. I'm going to just drag it out past, and I'm going to change this to 10. That means that 5mm of it is going to be in the bolt or nut, and 5mm is going to be above it. And we'll do the exact same thing right here. Change this to 10. And then again, we're just going to click extrude, change it to remove, and take it all the way through. And now we have a 20mm nut that will fit on the top of our bolt. That's all we have. Have a good day.